All right, after a little bit of technical wizardry, we're back here. In the bottom of the first inning, Brad Pender just led off for the Twins and did what he often does, Ryan. He doubled to the gap.
Stretched a single into a double, or at least what would have been a single for either of us.
Most humans. Certainly us. That brings Matty McIntyre to the plate. He's playing left field. He often plays infield for the Twins, but at this tournament he's been playing left field. First pitch is a called strike. Bubba Watson, David Watson, he's pitching for the East Hants Mastodons. He started the semifinal game, came out, and now is back starting in the final here at the Carp Shootout. The 0-1 pitch to McIntyre. And there for strike two.
McIntyre in an 0-2 hole. See if he can move Pender up.
Swings at some off speed there, and that's the first out of the inning for Micksburg. So Joran Graham is pitching for the Twins. He's at bat with Brad Pender on second and one out. Graham, a very good hitter as well as pitcher. Joran checks his swing. Called a strike though. Like Joran plays at the ISC level with the Niagara Stompers, along with shortstop Matt Greer, who's playing for the Twins this weekend. Joran is also a team member in the Greater Ottawa Fastball League with the Micksburg Twins. Ball's outside, strike one.
Joran legged out a surprising triple on Friday night, Adam. Ended up scoring.
Witnessed that. It's quite impressive. Offhand, too. Not often Joran hits one offhand that deep.
I think most in the park, Joran included, would agree that the ball actually landed foul in foul territory, but nonetheless, he was awarded a triple. Looking to cash Pender from second here.
Watson delivers. Joran lets that go. Pender takes third base. That off-speed pitch. I believe Brad's 43 years old, but very fleet of foot on the base pass. Fouls off that next pitch. The Micksburg Twins are, as I mentioned, members of the Greater Ottawa Fastball League, a travel league here in Eastern Ontario and Western Quebec. They're one of 7 teams. Their roster this weekend substantially made up of league players with a few additions to help out. Graham strikes out swinging for the second out of the inning.
Watson did a good job burying that one.
Matt Greer now at the plate, as I mentioned. Niagara Stompers teammate with Joran. Matthew plays for the Queol Flyers, the Quebec entry in the Greater Ottawa Fastball League. He's from Shawville, Quebec. Greer flares one foul. Hits the middle of Juanita Avenue and bounces into the neighbor's bushes. Pender on third, 2 out for Greer. Leaves that one up. Another pitch up and out of the zone that Greer lets go by. Still scoreless here in the bottom of the first inning. fouls one off. 2-2 to Greer.
Might be sitting on a changeup here. We'll see what Stewart and Watson come up with to try and end the threat.
Punches one to second base, but Hopewell makes the play. And that ends the inning. Leadoff double, stranded. After one complete of the Carp Shootout final game, it's East Hants, no score, Micksburg, no score. Welcome back to the final game of the inaugural Carp Shootout. We're scoreless after one. First batter here for East Hants in the top of the second is the designated player, Brody Fraser. Brody got the win in relief in the previous semi-final game over Grand Valley. First offering from Jordan Graham's just outside.
Brody's done well at the dish and in the circle this weekend. And the Mastodons looking to improve their performance against the Twins last night. As we said, Jordan Graham with 19 strikeouts.
One count on Fraser. Twists on an inside pitch. Sends that far foul. Well out of play. Graham delivers. Trying to nibble on that outside corner, doesn't get the call. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Fraser. Graham leans back, delivers. Fraser gets a piece of it. Micksburg also had pitching this weekend Kyle Linton, a teammate of Jordan's on the Niagara Stompers, as well as Brady Woods from Manitoba. That's hit to shortstop. Matt Greer with a big throw. Gets the out over at first. Little hop, spin and throw to make the play.
Coming up to bat, second baseman, number 55, Jake Hopewell. Aaron Hardy on deck.
Brady Woods was unavailable for Sunday, but did pitch well on Friday night and Saturday.
Certainly did, and nice to have him keep Jordan Graham here as fresh as possible for the final on Sunday. And as you said, Kyle Linton is here and available if need be this afternoon.
So that brings Jake Hopewell to the plate. He's playing second base for the Mastodons. Hopewell digging in after fouling off the first pitch from Jordan Graham. Pitch also fouled off by Hopewell. He gets it right in the back. Greer takes the sign. Catcher Joe Mick. 0-2 pitch. That skips. Trapped by Joe Mick. Another strikeout for Graham, his third of the game. So Aaron Harvey, third baseman, comes to the plate. He saw a lot of action in the last game, Ryan, over in the 3-bag for the Mastodons.
He's quite busy there and did a great job making plays and keeping his team in the game.
Swings through the first pitch from Graham.
A lot of great defensive play this weekend from the Mastodons, as well as some hot sticks, but don't get here without good defense, and they've certainly demonstrated it.
He chops that back to Graham, who fields it cleanly, fires it over to Gavin Brooks at first, and that's 3 up, 3 down once again for the Mastodons. We're still scoreless after an inning and a half of the Carp Shootout final. Welcome back to Carp. Bottom of the second inning here at the Carp Shootout. Coming to bat for Micksburg to lead things off is the third baseman, Jared Stay. Jared, a multi-sport athlete, he was also a hockey player in the Ontario Hockey League and played at the university level for Carleton. He nails one up the middle into center field. He stays on with a single. First pitch at the bottom of the second inning. So Joe Mick now at bat. Joseph catches for the Micksburg Twins. We're talking about Micksburg fans making the trip, Brian. Joseph's dad, Jamie, is coaching this weekend, and Joseph's grandpa, Reed, is here to watch as well. So lots of fans in the stands for Joseph. Joseph drops the bunt down. Fielded well by Bubba Watson, and the sack bunt by Joseph Mick is successful in moving over Jared Stay to second base.
I wondered if, it's good coaching, but I did wonder after the absolute no-doubt home run that Joe hit last night off David Watson if they'd let him take a cut, but
that brings Gavin Brooks up. Gavin Brooks with 1 out and a man on second base in this scoreless game.
He was on for that home run last night by Joe Mick after he pinch hit for Scott Conroy.
Gavin Brooks from Napanee. He plays for the Napanee Express under-20 team that will be hosting the Canadian National Championship this August. Watch his ball too. Watson's pitch. Up and out of the zone. Brooks doesn't bite on that.
Gavin's got a short, compact swing and can certainly hit for power as well.
Someone familiar with his age group, I can say confidently that Gavin's one of the better hitters, 2005 birth year in the province.
Also a great eye.
My son could also testify to that.
There you go.
So that's a walk for Gavin Brooks. Put men on first and second with one out. Andy McIntyre at bat here. Andy often plays shortstop in the league for the Micksburg Twins. He's playing second base today. Saw his dad Barry sitting in the shade watching the game. Made the trip down from the upper Ottawa Valley. First pitch to Andy. Up and out of the zone. For those of you who don't know where Micksburg is, it's not far from Cobden. If you don't know where Cobden is, it's not far from Pembroke. If you don't know where Pembroke is, it's an hour and a bit west of Ottawa.
Up the line, we'll say, up the line.
And a lot of these players, Ryan, are from Micksburg. Like, Micksburg is not a very big town, and a lot of these players are from Micksburg or have roots in Micksburg or Micksburg area. So Andy Mack looking to score the game's first run here for the Micksburg Twins. Punches one to right. Gallus settles under that, makes the catch. Jared Stay tags up and moves to third. So there's two out runners on the corners for Tyler Broncho, the right fielder.
He's 2 for 3 off Watson last night. Scored 2 runs, one of which was on a no doubt 0-2 home run.
Tyler plays in the Greater Ottawa Fastball League. The Manotick Brewers, your team, Ryan.
That is correct. See if he can take this weekend's success into league play, or continue it, I guess.
Tyler also plays an OASA ball with Gavin Brooks with the U20 Napanee Express. Doesn't bite on those high pitches. He's up 2-0 in the count. Watson rocks and fires. It's inside for ball 3. Catcher Patrick Stewart not pleased with that call. Umpire Brad Weiss letting him know his thoughts. 3-0 now to Tyler Broncho. It's well out of the zone.
Stay had a look, but decides to stay put, and 4-pitch walk to Tyler Broncho to roll the lineup over to leadoff hitter Brad Pender.
Brad Pender, as Ryan said, led the game off with a double. Some of you may not have seen it. We were rebooting the feed, but he hit a double to the left center gap. Bradley, very good hitter. Fast on the base pass.
And though not from Micksburg himself, from Foresters Falls,
he is
not too far away.
Very close to Micksburg. Saw his dad Brian earlier. So Pender down 0-1 in the count. Bases loaded. Scoreless ball game. He lifts one to center field. And that's settled under by Kobe Kroll to end the threat. So Micksburg, on a hit and 2 walks, leave the bases loaded, and we're still scoreless after 2. All right, back with you at the Carp Shootout final game between the East Hants Nova Scotia Mastodons and the Micksburg, Ontario Twins. We're scoreless after 2 complete.
We're waiting on Graham here to, not sure.
Looks like he's getting a rock out of his shoe, perhaps. He's changing his footwear's off. His footwear's back on. A little bit of a wardrobe malfunction, perhaps, Ryan? Crowd's really filled in here. Micksburg has a good following.
Lots of folks wisely in the shade under the trees out in the outfield bleachers.
Or under that tent that serves quality refreshments. There's some people in there as well.
I wonder, to be honest with you, Adam, here, if Graham was either taping up his shin or he had tweaked his shin in last night's game on the last couple of pitches. And I do see Kyle Linton warming up in the Twins bullpen. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, see how Graham's health is here moving forward.
In any event, Graham's in the circle and Braden Woodworth's at bat. Left fielder for the East Hants Mastodons.
Braden had one of only 3 hits against Jordan Graham last night. A single in the second.
Swings through that. Ball's down and low, out of the zone. Woodworth swings through that for strike 2.
Woodworth trying to get on here, facing a 2-2 count. Swings and misses for strike 3.
4 Ks so far for Joran. For those of you unfamiliar with the format here at the Carp Shootout, both the Mastodons and the Twins went undefeated in the round-robin pool play of the 6 teams, the 2 3-team divisions. It's in for strike 1. And those 2 first-place teams played off last night at 9 o'clock with the Twins winning 4-0 and advancing directly to today's final. The Mastodons, that's ball 1 inside. The Mastodons had to play in the semifinal earlier today against the Grand Valley Expos, who had came up the loser side, so to speak. They beat them 9-7 to earn the right to play in this final game against the Micksburg Twins. That's strike 2 swinging against Mike Willis. Mike Willis in the semifinal game, he had all 3 outs in right field in the 7th. Foul ball
Fouls
off
that
Joe
one
Mick.
off Joe Mick there. That one did not look comfortable. As Joe stays down.
Hopefully Joe's okay. Worst case, the Twins do have a couple of other options at catcher. Bradley Pender, who's currently playing center field, is a very good catcher. Scott Conroy does some catching for the Twins in league play. But it looks like Joe's going to be okay. One and 2 count on Mike Willis, hoping to become the first base runner of the day for the East Hants Mastodons. Graham's pitch. A little bit.
Missed that one up, I believe. As Graham checks to see where it was.
Graham delivers. It's pulled foul. Well foul. It's down. Ball 3.
Willis chokes up here, sees what he can do. Looks at another ball down for ball 4 and draws the walk.
Coming up to bat, first baseman number 6, Mike Wood.
So with 1 on and 1 out, first baseman Mike Wood coming to the plate. Graham's first pitch is inside and just misses Mike Wood's knees.
Willis hasn't shown any likelihood at stealing this weekend, but he does get a good lead off first as Wood misses that one.
That evens that count. 1 and 1. Graham rocks, fires, delivers an attempted bunt. Results in strike 2. Wood doesn't make contact with that. Mike Willis on first with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. Jorn delivers. That's punched into left. A diving attempt to catch by Matt McIntyre is unsuccessful. He almost had it, but it drops in for a single. As Mike Wood gets himself a single to put two base runners on for the top of the order. Kobe Kroll coming up. He struck out looking in the first.
Center fielder number 81, Kobe Kroll. On deck, Rowan Sears.
Good attempt there by Matty McIntyre. As I mentioned earlier, usually an infielder, but can definitely play outfield. He made a good try to catch that, but just was unable to do so. Kroll fouls one off.
Mastodons certainly making much more contact today against Jordan Graham than they did last night. Looking to see if they can push the first runs of the game across here for either team.
That ball's up and out of the
check his swing.
Check swing called a strike. Another ball up, and this time Kroll doesn't bite. Ball and 2 strikes on Kroll, the leadoff hitter here for the East Hants Mastodons in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They've got their first 2 base runners of the game. Ball's out. 2-2 now to Kroll. Graham delivers. Up and out of the zone again. It's full count now on Kroll. Graham, the 3-2 pitch.
Checks his swing on that one. Let's see if he gets him again. He did not. Kroll does a good job checking his swing. Loads the bases for Rowan Sears with just 1 away.
Second walk of the inning for Graham. 2 walks and a single. Sears had a bases clearing triple in the semifinal. I'm sure he'll hope to do that again. Takes a big cut at the first offering from Graham for strike 1. Graham rocks, fires. That's popped up. That's an infield fly call there. Gavin Brooks makes the catch anyways. It's 2 out.
Catcher, number 10, Patrick Stewart.
It's with
On deck, Fraser.
Patrick Stewart coming up. With 2 out and the bases juiced, I believe Patrick Stewart was one of the 3 Mastodons to get a hit last night in the undefeated game.
Correct. He did have a single to lead off the 4th and was stranded there following 3 consecutive strikeouts by Graham, 2 of which were looking.
So bases full, 2 outs. First real threat of the game to score for the East Hants Mastodons. That first pitch is fouled directly back.
Stewart also happened to be responsible for the only putouts that were not strikeouts last night when he grounded into a double play on a nice fielding scoop by Matt Greer, stepped on second and fired to first.
Graham rocks, fires. Deflected foul by Stewart. He's down 0-2 now.
Big pitch here for Stewart. He's down in the count 0-2, and Graham looking to get out of trouble with the bases loaded and 2 out.
And he strikes out Stewart to end the threat. Big strikeout there for the Micksburg Twins and Joran Graham. That's his 5th of the game. So after 2.5 complete, the Mastodons on a single and 2 walks leave the bases loaded, and there's still no score. Back here in Carp, the Carp Shootout, final game. We're still scoreless after 2.5. East Hants Mastodons from Nova Scotia, they have David Watson on the slab. Micksburg Twins have Joran Graham, and both pitchers shutting out their opponents so far. Matt McIntyre, the left fielder, now at bat for the Twins. Matt made a diving attempt at a single there last inning that just missed. Would have stole a hit, didn't end up costing. Oh. 1-1 now on Matty Mack. Back with you here. I believe a local child unplugged our extension cord and caused a bit of a blip there. Anyways, Matt McIntyre just struck out for the first out of the bottom of the third inning. Jordan Graham, the pitcher, now at bat for the Twins. Graham looks at strike two. Graham fouls one off. Stay alive. Watson pitches. Jordan smashes one off-handed past the outstretched Mike Wood at first base for a single. That brings Matt Greer, the shortstop, to bat. Got a pinch runner coming in for Jordan Graham. Quentin Rook's going to come in and give the big man a break. Let him take a rest on the bench while Rook comes in to run. So we got one out. Matt Greer at the plate.
Greer was 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch last night against the Mastodons.
Watson, his first pitch to Greer. It's inside. Rook takes a good jump, but not going. Next pitch is well out of the zone, but it takes a favorable bounce. Rook gets a bit of a break as the throw is a little bit high. So that puts Rook in scoring position with one out and Matt Greer at the plate. Watson's next pitch to Greer. Greer takes a healthy cut but swings through it. Watson pauses, fires. That's in tight on Greer. Mentioned on an earlier broadcast, David Watson was the pitcher that led Nova Scotia to their silver medal at the Canada Games last year in Niagara.
He and Brody Fraser both integral in that silver medal.
Greer hits a hard one to short, checks the runner. Plays made. No further
Sears
advancement.
did well to backhand that, check Rook back to second and on to first for the second out. Jared Stay, see if he can cash that runner from second, not leave him stranded.
Jared singled in his previous appearance last inning. He hoped to do so again to change the score with pinch runner Quentin Rook on second base. It's in there for strike one. Sears at short was also a member of that silver medal winning.
That is correct, he was.
Team. Watson fires. Stay swings through that. He's down 0-2 in the count now. Watson. Pause. Fire. It's up a little bit. Stay lets that go for ball 1. 1-2 on Jared Stay. Watson fires. Little swinging bunt. Not what Jared is typically known for, but he gets on base there.
Uses the speed that he is typically known for and beats that one out. To have runners at the corners with 2 out and Joe Mick looking to change the score.
Joe Mick playing in the under 23 category this year. 20-year-old, turns 21 later this year. Joe's playing for the Alvinston Aces, who are making an appearance at the under 23 Softball Canada Men's Championship in Saskatoon in a couple of weeks. Joe, as you might have guessed, with the last name Mick, is from Micksburg.
He is, right around the corner from the diamond. I was going to say, Adam, if something gets into the gap here, I wouldn't be surprised if Stay scores. Certainly got the wheels to do it. Mastodons will have to get that ball back in quickly to limit the damage to 1.
Mick holds on that rise ball. Fouls that one off. Joe Mick hits one. It's back. It's off the bottom of the fence. With 2 outs, that scores Stay easily. And Joe Mick with the stand-up double. And he's calling for the 2-out catcher. 2 RBI double by Joseph Mick.
That's a big hit, Adam, to catch those runners and not leave them stranded with 2 outs. Give the Micksburg Twins a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. And Stay will go back to second, or go to second to run for catcher Joe Mick on the 2-out catcher rule. Gavin Brooks at the dish.
So that's 2-0 now for the Micksburg Twins. As you said, huge hit by Joseph Mick to put the Twins in the driver's seat here in the bottom of the 3rd. But we certainly won't count out the Mastodons. They good hitting team. They put up 9 against the Grand Valley Expos in the semifinal game.
Brooks walked in his first at bat. Advanced to second, but was stranded.
Gavin Brooks will actually be joining Joseph with the Alvinston Aces at the U23 Championship. He was a pickup, recently approved pickup for the Aces to flesh out their roster for the National Championship. He'll be playing a level up as Gavin is a U20 player. So 2 out, man on second. Jared Stay in to run for the catcher. Joe Mick, 2 RBI double, changed the score here. It's a called strike on Gavin Brooks.
As I said, Gavin, short, compact swing, 4 power. Had an opportunity to play with him, with a bunch of these Micksburg guys in a tournament and hit several home runs. Gets handcuffed on that, Adam, for strike 3 swinging. Ends the threat.
That's 4 strikeouts for Watson so far, but the Twins put up 2 runs on Joseph Mick's 2 RBI double. So after 3 complete, the Micksburg Twins are up 2-0 over the East Hants Mastodons. All right, we're back with you in Carp here at the Shootout. Final game between the East Hants Mastodons from Nova Scotia against the Micksburg, Ontario Twins. Twins are up 2-0, courtesy of a Joseph Mick 2 RBI double in the bottom of the third. So to start off the top of the fourth, we've got Brody Fraser, who looks at a called strike to begin his at-bat. Brody Fraser, the designated player who can also pitch for the Mastodons.
Earned himself the win in the semifinal game against the Grand Valley Expos. I believe he also had a home run in that game, did he not?
I believe he did.
Let's have a look and see.
And he just earned himself another home run. Solo shot.
Speaking of.
Left center. So Fraser halves the lead to 2-1 with that solo home run.
Coming up to bat, second baseman number 55.
2 games today for Fraser and 2 home runs so far. So Jake Hopewell, the second baseman, comes to the dish. He struck out last at bat. Hits a little dribbler back to Graham, who picks it up. Shovels it over to Brooks at first for the first out of the inning, 1-3.
Gingerly tracked that one down and made the play.
Aaron Harvey comes now to the plate, third baseman. He grounded out to the pitcher in his previous at-bat. 2-1 now for the Micksburg Twins here in the top of the fourth. Harvey fouls one off. Graham fires. A little off speed there. Ball 1. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 on Aaron Harvey. This game moving along at quite a faster pace than the semifinal, Ryan.
A lot less hits, a lot less runs, a lot of lead changes in that semifinal between Grand Valley and East Hants. Exciting game to watch, but certainly a much faster pace here. And given the sun and the heat, I don't think anyone's going to complain.
So 1-2. That's dribbled out. Jared Stay picks it up, fires the ball just outside the glove. Gavin Brooks. So Aaron Harvey reaches on an error.
To that left fielder, number 57, Braden Woodward. On deck, Mike Willis.
So with the man on first and 1 out, Braden Woodworth, the left fielder for the Mastodons, is coming to bat. He struck out in the second inning, or the third inning. Swings through that for strike 1. That's dribbled. Double play attempt isn't successful, but they do get the lead runner as Greer shovels it over to Andy Mack, who can't quite complete the 6-4-3, so it's just a 6-4 put out and a fielder's choice for Braden Woodworth.
Number 3, Mike Willis.
Mike Willis now at bat. He walked last inning. First pitch is outside on Willis.
Willis struck out twice against Graham last night and fouls that one back right at us.
Graham taking his time here.
Laboring a little bit on that shin, but throwing well nonetheless.
Graham fires. Ball's outside. 2 out here. Top of the 4th inning. 2-1 count to Mike Willis. Braden Woodworth on first. Reached on an error. Graham thinks that's a strike, but umpire Brad Weiss does not agree. And that's
said it was inside. Graham asking where he had it.
Graham rocks, fires, delivers. That
tries the other corner and gets it.
Gets the outside corner that time. Full count now. Strikeout by Jordan Graham over Mike Willis ends the threat. But the East Hants Mastodons did have the lead on a solo shot by designated player Brody Fraser. Scores now 2-1 after 3.5 in favor of the Micksburg Twins. Back here in Carp at the shootout, the final game. East Hants Mastodons just scored one in the top of the 4th to make it a 2-1 ball game. Micksburg Twins in the lead. We've got the 8-9-1 batters coming up here for Micksburg. Andy McIntyre, the second baseman, leading things off. He flew out to right field in his first at-bat.
Did manage to advance the runner on that fly out. But Stay was stranded at third. Watson starts him out 2-0 here, and good hitters count for McIntyre. Adam. McIntyre as the leadoff hitter here in the inning, looking to get on base.
See if Coach Jamie Mick gives him the green light. Watch is strike one, so now it's 3-1. They got some speed in the 8-9-1 positions. Andy McIntyre, Tyler Broncho, and Brad Pender in sequence. 3 very fast softball players. Andy Mack sprays another one to right field. This one drops in fair. A nice, oh, it wasn't quite picked up by Mike Willis. Bobbled it a little bit, but I don't think even if he picked that clean, he would stop Andy from getting a double on that.
I think they probably happy to limit him to a double and not have the leadoff hitter on third.
So Tyler Broncho's up. Tyler walked last inning. Tyler's got good speed, but also can hit for power. Watson delivers. Broncho fouls it off. Broncho was a member of the Canadian under-23 team that traveled to Argentina earlier this year.
He tried to check his swing there, and fortunate for him, made contact on a ball that he thought halfway through his swing was maybe down.
Watson working inside on the right-handed Broncho. Well, right-handed batter, left-handed thrower.
Very true.
Watson fires one in there. Skips a couple times. Broncho dances out of the way.
He maybe hit his hip on an off-speed pitch there or something. Went in behind Broncho.
Surprised that didn't hit him, but it did not. Broncho smashes one.
Another no-doubt home run for Tyler Broncho off David Watson.
Two-run shot for Tyler Broncho. Brings the lead to 4-1 for the Micksburg Twins. It's handy to have when you have a 9-hitter that can hit bombs like that.
And I think we might see a pitching change here. Designated player Brody Fraser going to come in and replace David Watson on the mound after Watson gives that one up. So that extends the Twins' lead from 1 to 3. Knocks Watson out of the game. And Brody Fraser will come in and see if he can change the fortunes of the East Hants Mastodons.
From a statistical perspective, David Watson in 3 innings of work gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 4 strikeouts, and 2 walks. It's a similar rotation to when Watson started in the semifinal and Fraser came in relief midway through the game. Fraser will see the top of the Micksburg order, be their 3rd time through.
Also a good reason to make a change. Batting averages tend to go up. 3rd time players see a pitcher.
Some news for minor softball fans. The Stittsville 56ers under-17 team just won the gold medal at the provincial championships in Grafton. They won 12-11 in 8 innings over Hillsdale to take the title. Congratulations to Al Reed and the Stittsville 56ers. They play in a local men's league and have made vast improvements over the last year. Fraser's first pitch is a ball to Brad Pender.
We'll see if the Twins pick up on things here. Fraser, as we've said, not afraid to use that off-speed pitch and led things off to Pender with one. Fraser squares, fires up out of the zone for another ball. Pender looks at a strike on the outside corner. So Fraser sets, leans, fires in there for strike 2. So Pender working the count. And he earns a walk. I think catcher Patrick Stewart and Brody thought that one changeup had dropped in for strike 3, but home plate umpire Brad Weiss didn't agree. Bring Matt McIntyre to the plate. With the speedy Pender on first, always a threat to steal.
Fast base runner and a good base runner. Not always the same thing, but in his case, it's the same thing.
Good all-around ball player. And he's going. And he's in safely with the head-first slide. And a face full of dust.
Does love getting dirty, Brad Pender. I'm not sure whether his wife Erin does the laundry or he does the laundry, but whoever does the laundry in that family, it's a lot of stain remover required.
I'm not mistaken. Those pants were new on Friday night. They do not look so new now.
Shakes the dirt out of his helmet. Not the first time I've seen Brad Pender do that. Setting the table for Matt McIntyre. Inside pitch called a strike on Matt.
McIntyre didn't agree with that call. Skies that rise ball up and out of play towards the splash pad. A lot of comments this weekend, Adam, about the facility here, the setting from visiting teams. Very impressed with the tournament we've put on.
A little off speed gets Matt McIntyre swinging. It's the first out of the inning for the Mastodons. Brings up Jordan Graham to the plate. He singled in the third inning, and the pinch runner that came in for him, Quentin Rook, ended up scoring on a 2 RBI double by Joe Mick. Really changed the complexion of the game here if Graham or Greer unleash. Ooh, that ball drops right into the middle of some Micksburg fans. Everyone appears to be safe. Graham looking to change the score here. 4-1 lead for the Micksburg Twins in the bottom of 4. Ball's down.
Agreed, Adam. It certainly changed the complexity of the game here. If they can cash this run, East Hants would have a much tougher time to climb out of that 3-run deficit if you make it 4, possibly 5. The way Graham has been throwing this afternoon.
Off-speed pitch is in for a strike on Graham. Fraser delivers. Jorn swings through that off-speed. The second out.
Shortstop, number 22, Matt Greer.
Brings up Matt Greer. He's grounded out twice. With Matt Greer, a very good hitter.
Very smart hitter, Adam, and I wouldn't be surprised if he sits change up here on one of these pitches.
Greer fouls that off. First offering from Brody Fraser. Greer hits one off his foot. Greer asking for catcher's interference on that.
Home plate umpire Brad Weiss didn't see it that way.
Catcher Patrick Stewart claiming innocence. Call stands, foul ball. So Greer, another chance at the plate here, and doesn't get the free pass to first on catcher's interference, as he seemed to indicate it might be warranted. Fraser fires. Greer pops it out to right field. Willis makes the catch. The inning's over. However, the two-run shot by Tyler Broncho pads the Micksburg Twins' lead after 4 complete to 4-1 over the East Hants Mastodons. So welcome back to the final game here of the Carp Shootout. Top of the 5th inning, there's some defensive changes for the Micksburg Twins. Now in to pitch is Kyle Linton. Linton opens up with the ball.
Scott Conroy replacing Gavin Brooks at first base defensively. And those are the only 2 changes for the Micksburg Twins as Kobe Kroll leads things off for the Mastodons. Oh, apologies. Mike Wood leads things off. Saw Kroll walk in front of us. Wood has worked a 3-0 count here to get things started. Seeing if he can get on for Kobe Kroll. Three-one pitch on the way here from Linton. Swing and a miss by Wood. 3-2.
So Jordan Graham in 4 innings of work. He gave up 1 earned run, 2 hits, struck out 6 and walked 2.
So Linton battles back from a 3-0 count to strike Wood out swinging. And that'll roll the lineup over to Kobe Kroll for the East Hants Mastodons.
So back to the top of the order for the Mastodons. Center fielder Kobe Coro. Kroll walked in his previous at-bat, struck out in his first one. Linton fires one in there. Kroll hits a hard ball to Jared Stay at third base. He recovers after knocking it down, makes the throw over to Scott Conroy, who's fresh into the game. Conroy makes the grab, and that's the second out of the inning. That brings up Rowan Sears. Sears struck out in his first appearance and popped up to first base in his second one. 2 up and 2 down so far for Kyle Linton, just into the game in relief of Jordan Graham.
Welcome to the game, Scott Conroy. Big stretch there to get the out at first. Speedy Kroll.
Kyle Linton, Southern Ontario. I'm not sure exactly where Kyle's from, but he pitches with the Niagara Stompers as well. Teammates with Joran and Matt Greer. It's a big man coming at you off the slab, Ryan.
I was actually thinking that, watching him the other night. Big man, throws hard, spots the ball well.
Earned ISC All-World honors in 2019, I believe. Just off the plate for another ball.
Not sure if he still is, but at one point, part of the University of Toronto Varsity Blues softball coaching staff as a pitching coach.
Fouled off by Sears. He certainly has a very straight ahead, no nonsense delivery.
Looked like an inside curve there that Sears did well to fight off. Had a few conversations about that over the course of the weekend. Discussions about the shoot and pitching styles, either jumping straight forward or sideways. Kyle, like you said, coming straight at you.
Looks almost like he could pitch back in the day when it was 2-foot toe up, step ahead, no leap. He's got the power and the strength to pitch probably just as well with that style compared to the modern day stepping back and leaping that you now see in men's softball. It's clubbed foul by Sears into the stands.
Just behind the Twins dugout there.
Haley Murray, Joran's girlfriend, was making sure everybody was safe over there. So Sears battling here against Linton with 2 out. Top of the 5th inning. That pitch is just off the plate. Sears earns a walk. It was a good at-bat by Sears.
Up to bat, the catcher, number 10, Patrick Stewart.
That brings Patrick Stewart up to bat.
Fraser.
2 out, 1 on. Stewart grounded out in the first, struck out in the third.
Cole Eisner coming in to grab the gear for Patrick, the East Hants bat boy. He's been here all weekend with his dad, who's originally from East Hants but now lives here locally. And Patrick's still looking to make that 6:10 flight back to Halifax.
Grounds that out to Greer at short. makes it easy toss for the 6-3 putout and to end the inning. So after 4.5, Micksburg still up 4-1. Jared Stay, Joe Mick, and Scott Conroy are your batters coming up in the bottom of the 5th. All right, we're back here at the bottom of the 5th inning of the Carp Shootout men's fast pitch tournament final. Micksburg Twins up 4-1 over the East Hants Nova Scotia Mastodons. Jared Stay is leading things off here, the third baseman. He made a nice play last inning to get Kroll out at first base. If those of you at home have 50-50 tickets and left early, the winning number is an orange ticket, 549212. Get your backside back to the park and collect your money if that's your ticket. So Fraser, pitching for East Hants, fires one in there and Stay fouls it off. Stay's had a good day at the plate so far. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, and he scored a run on Joe Mick's 2 RBI double back in the 3rd. That's up and out of the zone. Stay leaves that. Fraser fires. Off-speed pitch drops in for a strike. Fraser does like that off-speed pitch, Ryan.
Utilized it effectively all weekend. It's been touched up a couple times, but used it well to keep hitters off balance.
Stay swings through that. Foul tip, but squeezed by catcher Patrick Stewart. That's one down in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 3rd K so far for Fraser. So Joe Mick back at bat. He doubled and drove in 2 in his previous at-bat. His first appearance in the 2nd, he had a sac bunt. Very nice sac bunt that moved Stay into scoring position. Mick lets that one go. Strike 1. Interestingly, Dad Jamie Mick wears number 33, while Joseph wears 34. One better?
And that one just about a foot foul down the left field line. Jamie Mick, great hitter himself and long-time ball player. Extremely tough out. Hits from the other side though.
Jamie does a lot for the game in the Upper Ottawa Valley, puts a lot of time and effort into helping keep softball alive up there. So Mick strikes out, but the ball gets away from Stewart. And Mick reaches base on a pass ball, third strike.
Up to that, number 52, Scott Conway, first baseman.
Despite what the announcer says, it's Scott Conroy up to bat. Scotty Conroy into the game, replacing Gavin Brooks at first base. One out, Joe Mick on first. Conroy, a very versatile player, can play many positions defensively, and often does for the Twins in league play especially. Conroy will be making the trip to the International Softball Congress World Tournament in Wisconsin with the Kingston Axemen. A few of his teammates are on that team as well, playing with their hometown Micksburg Twins this weekend, but will be playing with the Axemen at the Worlds. Conroy swings and misses at that off speed. Another off speed pitch. Called strike three. Everybody doing the math here. Called strike three on Conroy. He'll go into run in the 2-out catcher rule for Joseph Mick.
Head down to first base.
So that's 3 strikeouts, but only 2 outs. Andy McIntyre's now on base, or up at the plate, sorry, with 2 out and 1 on. Strike 1 on Andy Mack. That's up and out of the zone. Andy Mack flew out to right in his first appearance. He doubled in his second appearance, a flare to right field. Speedy McIntyre took second on that. He drills that just to the shortstop. A very, really nice play by Rowan Sears, to knock that ball down, grab it, and toss it over to Jake Hopewell. Excellent defensive play by the Mastodons to end the threat on a well-hit ball by Andy Mack.
He's been very solid defensively all weekend for the Mastodons at short, making play after play and gets them out of a potential jam there.
So after 5 complete, the score is the Micksburg, Ontario Twins 4, the East Hants, Nova Scotia Mastodons 1. So welcome back to Carp here. Top of the 6th inning in the Carp Shootout men's fast pitch softball final game between the East Hants Mastodons and the Micksburg Twins. The Twins are up 4-1. Kyle Linton now on the slab, replaced starter Jordan Graham.
Up to bat, number 7.
First pitch offering of Linton is ball. Brody Fraser at the plate. Fraser responsible for the sole run for the Mastodons, a solo shot in the 4th. Pounds one foul right near the scoreboard. Linton sets, fires, inside pitch pulled hard by Fraser. It drops in for a single. Broncho throws it into second base to limit the advancement of the base runner. So that's the second hit of the game for Brody Fraser. Jake Hopewell coming to the plate. He struck out, grounded out in his previous 2 at-bats. We're in the 6th here. Down 3. Don't think we'll see small ball here, Ryan?
I doubt it. With Hopewell's power, I don't see. And down 3. You need 3 runs. You don't really want to waste an out when you only have 6 outs left.
Linton rocks, fires. That's just outside the ball. Linton delivers. Ball skied.
Skies that one.
Play made by Jared Stay for the first out over at third base. So there's 1 out now, and Aaron Harvey's coming up. He grounded out, reached on an error in the 4th. Grounded out in the 2nd, reached on an error in the 4th. He hits a little soft fly to Andy Mack at second base, and that's 2 outs quickly for Micksburg and Kyle Linton. Braden Woodworth now comes up. Struck out and reached on a fielder's choice so far today. Linton takes a deep breath.
Walking a hit, but he's been rolling along nicely since coming in to replace Graham to start the 5th.
Yes, indeed. Linton fires. That ball tails away, and Woodworth swings right through it. Linton takes the sign from catcher Joe Mick. Fires. Tries that outside pitch again. Doesn't work this time.
Linton looking to work around that leadoff single. Dropped, and Fraser will advance to second.
Runner in scoring position here. Hit by Woodworth could have the lead. Linton gets the sign. Delivers. It's fouled off.
Good job to stay alive there by Woodworth as Mick and Linton work that outside corner.
Linton. Ready to deliver. Fires. And that's swung through by Woodworth. Linton's second strikeout in his appearance so far. So after one hit, stranded, after 5.5 innings, the East Hants Mastodons still trail the Micksburg Twins 4-1. All right, we're back here at the Carp Shootout. Final game. Nice crowd here to watch the matchup between the East Hants Nova Scotia Mastodons and the Micksburg, Ontario Twins here in Carp, just outside of Ottawa.
Lots of folks tuning in online as well, Adam. Catching the final here. Great game so far between these two teams, and a great crowd taking it in as well at the park.
So with a 4-1 lead in the bottom of the sixth, Tyler Broncho is leading things off for Micksburg. Broncho, while he may be hitting in the 9-hole, homered, 2-run shot in the 4th inning. I believe that's at least his second of the tournament, Ryan.
It is his second.
Swings through that one.
The 2 home runs off David Watson this weekend.
Broncho watches that one go through for a ball.
Thought about it, checked his swing.
Broncho with a big cut at that. Pitch is fouled off. Well out of play.
Broncho stays alive, chokes up on the bat a bit here. Trying to put something in play and get things started for the Twins.
One down third base. Harvey has to make a quick throw. Pulls Wood off the bag, and he's safe at first base. You cannot waste time when Tyler Broncho is running down to first. Despite hitting from the right side, he gets to first very quickly. Brings the leadoff hitter and center fielder, Brad Pender, up to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He's got a double, a fly out, walk, 2 stolen bases.
And we'll see what Coach Mick puts on here. Broncho's speed at first. Pender, good contact hitter. Hit and run is on.
Good prediction there by Ryan Clare. So that puts runners on the corners with the single by Pender.
Up to bat, left fielder number 16, Matt McIntyre. On deck.
Matt McIntyre hasn't had his best day at the plate, but that doesn't mean he's not due to bust loose with a big hit here to help the Twins in the bottom of the 6th. Pender steals second base. Broncho gets a little off third, but not far enough. Third stolen base of the game for Brad Pender.
Actually. Sorry, Adam. A little surprised Broncho didn't come home there. His speed, always a threat to steal home on that throw to second.
2 in scoring position for Matty McIntyre. Swings through that one. Matt McIntyre's dad, Jerry, used to run the Micksburg Twins for many years. Great guy, big fan of the game. Jerry's dabbled in a little broadcasting himself, actually, of the TV variety for Cogeco Cable.
Cogeco. I was talking to Jerry before the game. Matt's a former teammate of mine, and Jerry came out of retirement for the Micksburg Twins alumni game. Said he loved every second of it until the next day.
Jerry was a very good hitter in men's fastball. Rarely hit farther than about 140 feet, but very frequently on base. Matty McIntyre battling here against East Hants' Brody Fraser. 3-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th with a chance to significantly increase that lead. That ball's drilled off. Was it the on-deck batter? Jordan get that?
He did. I think he knocked it down. Managed to.
We'll have a great angle here in the booth to see exactly what happened, but I think that drilled Jordan. Seems to be all right. Fraser's pitch swung on and missed by Matt McIntyre. That puts one out. Brings up Jordan Graham. Jordan Graham's 1 for 3 today with a single. Jordan missed that one. Aaron Harvey catches the pop fly to put 2 out. Matt Greer now coming up. Matt Greer's a very rare 0 for 3 today. 2 ground outs and a fly out. Not too frequently that Matt Greer's held without a hit in a game of fast pitch softball. Greer clubs 1 foul.
Fraser misses up with that one. Put the East Hants Mastodons in a really big hole here if he's able to cash these 2 runners from second and third.
Lays off that off speed. Matt Greer comes through. Single to left field. 2 RBIs for Matt Greer, scoring both Pender and Broncho. That single through the left side.
Up to bat, third baseman number 88, Jared Stay. On deck, Phil Mick.
So that pushes things to 6-1 now for the Twins in the bottom of the 6th. Jared Stay at the plate. He's 2 for 3. A couple of singles. Stay fouls back the first pitch off the screen. Strike 2 called on Stay on the inside corner. Fraser looking to get out of this to give his Mastodons a chance in the top of the 7th to get back into this game. Greasy off-speed pitch from Fraser ends the inning. But Matt Greer's 2 RBI single scores 2 to push the Micksburg lead to 6-1 after 6 complete innings. We'll be back with the top of the 7th of this Carp Shootout final momentarily.
Nova Scotia 1, Micksburg Twins.
We're back here now. That 6-1 is going to go down in the books as final. The Micksburg Twins are the champions of the Carp Shootout. The Nova Scotia East Hants Mastodons have flights to catch, and in the interest of catching those flights, they've decided to concede the game with the score 6-1. So your winning pitcher, 4 innings of work, is Joran Graham. Kyle Linton gets the save. Your losing pitcher is David Bubba Watson, with Brody Fraser pitching in relief. Thanks to everyone who tuned in to the Carp Shootout streaming broadcast. We thank our partners at the streaming service. Great job, you guys.
RKP Productions.
Thank you to Ryan Clare, who did the bulk of the online chatter this weekend. He did a great job.
Thank you to you, Adam, in between the Kempville Music Festival. And thank you to everybody who joined us at the park and online. And we hope to see you either online or in person again next year.
Let's do it again. Thanks. Oh.